This is sort of a movie that is sort of the kills are so over the top that it's more like, oh man, did you see that?
Everybody who worked on the movie definitely has their own favorite kill. I don't think anybody has the same favorite one.
Geez, favorite kills.
Rip a guy's arms off and then slam him armless, slam his head into a mausoleum.
The split jaw, split face, tearing in half.
He grabs her teeth, and he pops her head open.
His head gets pulled completely off and is hanging by the skin, and then it just bobs there.
The power sander to the face, obviously.
People want to see cool deaths that they haven't seen before. And that's part of the fun in writing them, is you'll just sit there and look around and think, okay, what could I kill somebody with that I haven't seen somebody get killed with before? I wrote in the script that Victor Crowley puts the belt sander into Jenna's mouth and sands out her jaw.
Given the over-the-top nature of the movie, of course you need a gas-powered sander out in the middle of nowhere. A chainsaw would have been passé.
We went through all the kind of like methodology, I guess, of killing and sanding this person's face off. And, you know, when it came down to it, they don't actually have gas-powered sanders. That's just not even a plausible tool.
And right before we were going to shoot, I got cold feet on that. And I said, this is kind of ridiculous because you'd have to plug in a belt sander. What does he have, an extension cord running? And the production designer said, if I can build a gas-powered belt sander that could function in real life, that means it could exist, then will you do it?
I think that's ironed the name from the AD staff as MacGyver or something that night, because I think I used it was a Sharpie marker to attach. I mean, I was just like pulling crap out of toolkits, whatever I could, tubing, metal. I mean, it was just like, you know, slap it together and get it done. The first 5 don't work, of course, and then we get one that looks okay, and finally the one where the smoke pumps out, and we're like, got it, all right, shoot it.
Sure enough, McBrien showed up, and there's the gas canister on it, and it works.
Oh no, there you go. That's pretty believable right there.
Pretty good, actually, yeah.
Nobody's done this before, so yeah, you got to do it.
Action! Cut!
Cut! You good at him?
The thing that I'm proudest of with that particular illusion is that I was able to sculpt a face that went on top of her face that was slightly off, so that as her upper lip was here and her teeth were here, her chin was already down here, and I could really disguise all of this as torn, shredded viscera. So the illusion was created simply by the actors moving around.
The makeup was fantastic because it was like, it was very, very realistic. So you just see the top half of this face and the rest is just gore and blood, and you're just like, oh, that's so cool.
It's horrible. It's a disturbing death. My mother's not gonna like it. And it's the best death scene in the movie.
You need really good kills in it. And, you know, if they're weak sauce, then, you know, obviously the fans aren't going to be happy. And I think that Hatchet certainly delivers on the kills.
We tried not to do any that were just generic that you've seen before. It's not just that you want to see people die, it's the magic and the creativity with how these deaths are executed.
We did everything in camera. There was no CG or anything. We did everything live on the set, you know, with the rubber and the latex and all that.
It was like really great because it was latex, because it was something practical that you could touch.
In a horror film where you remove the gore or the kill, you remove the punchline. And Hatchet really gave me the opportunity to really have fun with the makeup effects and the gore.
It's going to work.
And the 90s kind of brought on this whole like CG thing where everything was very cartoony and it looked really fake. But I was always more into the like Tom Savini stuff and the John Carl Buechler stuff from the 80s. Oh, then PG-13 horror? The fuck was that? How's it a horror movie if it's PG-13? Like, if I'm not gonna see some nudity and some gore, like, don't waste my time. So when he's done, the body's severed there.
Falls away.
He throws it, sees that she's running, getting away, and takes off after her.
Before we shot, I made a life cast, which was where you go into a studio and they make a mold of you as plaster.
So on the bright side of things, at least your death is off camera, so you don't need to go through that, so if you look at it that way. And I guess another consolation is Kane has it worse.
That was really terrifying in itself because I'm very, I get very claustrophobic. When they're putting plaster on your face and it's like literally one by one patch of your skin by one patch, they're closing your breathing off. So I'm like, that's like basically being buried alive.
Oh God, that's cold. Bye. Is there any way to get a little like heat with it?
It'll help the expression.
And it's cold. No one cares. And they're moving fast and they're talking and you're like, oh man. Even someone will even hold your hand if you need it. They'll do anything they can, but they gotta get the cast made.
I feel like I'm on Fear Factor.
We spent a lot of money to make it look creepy and bloody, but damn, it was worth it.
A copious amount of blood was used on Hatchet.
It tastes good.
I'm a gore hound. I love seeing the red stuff. My friends make fun of me for it all the time.
I couldn't hazard a guess, but gallons and gallons and gallons and gallons.
Certainly one of the challenges on the movie was to keep the lens clean of the blood splattering into it. Because if you watch Mr. Permadio's death, there is blood literally spraying out of him, just spraying out of him. We would literally wrap the cameras in plastic and just hunker down and it was just soaked us down with blood.
There was probably 4 or 5 different departments on set that had blood.
It got to the point where it was like, you could be like a transpo guy and you had like a bag of blood with you, just in case, just in case y'all don't have enough. It's like everyone was hitting you with blood.
There was the blood that the special effects makeup crew would use for maybe the prosthetics, pieces that they would put on the actor. And then there was the blood they would pump through like some horrible tube when something was cut off or got ripped off. And then there would be the blood that wardrobe would put on the clothes, and then there was the blood that the makeup crew would use on just their faces. And then props would have blood just to fling everywhere.
But I actually
Not just the makeup people, it's like anybody would come up, one of the grips. Yeah, get a little more blood on your shoulder, bro. You're like, thank you, man, I'm cool. Yeah, thanks. It was crazy.
Victor Crowley himself was certainly something of a challenge.
So I was 8 years old when I thought of this. So this is 20 years later.
Yeah.
And we got these dudes doing it.
Yeah, I know.
It's pretty fucking crazy. So John Buechler said, we need to make up a little boy to be deformed. So he said, do you know any like women with, small features? And I was thinking, and I had been the DJ at the Rainbow, and the hostess, who was kind of a friend of mine, named Riley, I knew she was a makeup artist. So I'm like, maybe she wouldn't mind. And she said, sure, that sounds good. So she came in, and they made Riley up as young Victor Crowley, and they just did the face, because that was the pictures we were taking. And she's walking around the shop with this Elephant Man deformed face, and then this like little tank top and shorts, and the whole time I'm like, and it was really confusing. 3 years later, she's my girlfriend, and we live together, and I'm dating Victor Crowley. It's really fucked up.
I had the opportunity again to work with Kane Hodder, whom I had directed in Friday the 13th, Part 7, and now I was going to create a new character, hopefully that will not just rival but surpass Jason.
So he designs the look of Victor.
Well, I mean, my favorite part of the suit is the spine thing.
When he's sloping back and the hair pieces are in place, I think it's going to be pretty like Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm.
Adam had a very clear vision of what he wanted to do with Victor.
The spine comes out and is like twisted, almost like this monster thing where he looks like he's hunched over. I love it. I can't believe how real that looks.
And I think I saw what he wanted, and it was great.
And then we did a makeup test to see how it would look on me.
When you put it around his mouth, make sure that you pull it taut on the upper part.
using makeup techniques. We glued it on him and painted him up and put on hair pieces and stuck in his dentures, and there was Victor.
Victor Crowley's such a good character, and of course, that's the type of stuff that makes the audience go from being squeamish to actually clapping and cheering, because it's just so ridiculously violent that it's fun.